big news today coming out of Africa, as it was announced that the defending Olympic champion in the 400-meter freestyle and the defending world champion in the 800 and 1500-meter freestyles, Ahmed Hafnaoui of Tunisia, will not be competing at the 2024 Paris Olympic Games. This news was revealed today by the Tunisian Olympic Committee head Mehrez Bousyan, and it was confirmed by Hafnaoui himself. So first, I'm going to break down all the facts that we know about Hafnaoui from the time that he won Olympic gold in Tokyo in 2021 to present, and then I'm going to go into my opinion of what I think of this turn of events. So let's go back. The year is 2021. It's day one of the postponed COVID Olympic Games, and it is the final of the men's 400-meter freestyle, the first medal event of these games. It's a barn burner of a heat, and really there is no clear favorite in this pack. But I don't think anyone saw lane 8 coming to the wall with the outside smoke and touching first for Olympic gold in that race. That was Ahmed Hafnaoui of Tunisia at just the age of 18, winning a gold medal in 3:43.36, less than 2/10 ahead of Jack McLaughlin of Australia. This catapulted the young Tunisian onto the world stage, especially after Tunisia had had similar success in similar events with one Os Malouli about a decade and a half prior. Hafnaoui went on to compete at the 2021 Short Course World Championships the following December and ended up winning a silver medal in the 1500, setting a new African record at 14:10.94. After those Short Course World Championships, he takes about 6 months to focus on his studies and get everything in order for his move to Indiana, meaning that he forgoes the 2022 Summer Long Course World Championships. He arrives in Indiana in the fall of 2022, where we get to film a workout with him, and boy did he impress. Hafnaoui dropped some serious heat in this mile pace distance practice. You can click the link in the description below to watch the whole thing. Once he gets to Indiana, NC2A eligibility stuff kind of piles up, and he doesn't actually end up getting to compete for IU that year. So he sits out the 22-23 season and just trains with the team. Seems to have a lot of success at that. Shows up to multiple Pro Swim Series stops and has really good distance results there, including challenging or even beating the reigning Olympic champion in the 800 and 1500, Bobby Fink, in multiple races. So Hafnaoui, with a season of IU training under his belt, rolls up to the 2023 Long Course World Championships. First day, first event, the event he is the defending Olympic champion in, the 400 free. He has a gutsy race with Australia's Sam Short. Short ends up getting the edge on Hafnaoui by just 2 100ths, 340.68 to 340.70 for Hafnaoui. Two of the fastest times we have seen in over a decade. Hafnaoui goes on to win 2 gold medals in the 800 and 1500, having another epic duel with Sam Short in the 800, but getting the best of him in 837.00, and then in the mile going head-to-head with Bobby Fink and getting the touch at 14:31.54, a new African record. Now, once again, these were all incredibly close races, and there were multiple distance specialists who didn't even make it onto the podium in these events, but were in those finals. So this was setting the stage for an epic Olympic Games in these 3 men's distance swimming events. So Hafnaoui returns to Indiana and in the fall starts competing for IU. He competes in 2 dual meets for Indiana, but right as the conflict with Gaza starts, Hafnaoui makes a mysterious departure from the Hoosiers. There was no real explanation given for why Hafnaoui decided to leave the IU team, but he did. He goes to train with Mark Schubert in Southern California with his distance group and is there for a while, even competing at the 2024 World Championships in February in Doha, Qatar. Hafnaoui did not have great results in Doha. He was 17th in the 400 and the 1500 and 18th in the 800. Around that time, Hafnaoui had said that he was applying for a visa to keep training in the US with Mark Schubert and his Southern California team, but today he has revealed that he no longer plans to train in the US. All of Hafnaoui's best times in his 3 specialty events, 400, 800, and 1500, still stand from the 2023 World Championships. and now he won't have a chance to lower those in Paris. That's me giving you the swim history of Ahmed Hafnaoui for the last 3 years. Now, what do I think of this move? Well, I can't say I'm totally surprised or caught off guard that Hafnaoui is ultimately not going to compete in Paris. Since leaving Indiana, where it seemed like he had a very stable training environment, regardless of if it fit for him or not, we know that he had success there, but sometimes success doesn't mean it's a good fit, especially in the long term. And especially for someone who's coming from overseas and thrown into the American NCAA student athlete model. In my opinion, that model isn't for everyone, and that's okay. It doesn't need to be. But it did seem like Hafnaoui had stability in his training at IU, and we saw him produce his best times, very solid results from that training. But since leaving IU, and it's been about 8 months, it seems like he's kind of bounced around a lot. And that's not something you want to see in an Olympic year and leading up to an Olympic Games. You want stability, you want structure, you want sameness, especially in the year leading up to an Olympic Games, because that's your big finale. That is the big shebang that you want to perform your best at. And it didn't seem like Hafnaoui had that in his training and seemingly in his life, just because he was on the move so much. Traveling around like that can be very disorienting. Some people do it well, but it's a lot of change all at once. So, especially after seeing his results from World Championships, it seemed like something wasn't going quite right for him, at least from a swimming perspective. And so the announcement that he won't be competing in Paris isn't totally a shock to me. It is, however, very sad for me. I was so looking forward, just like the rest of you swim fans, I'm sure, to seeing Wellbrock, Hafnaoui, Fink, Within, Sam Short, Elijah Winnington, and I'm sure others, Lucas Martins, who just threw down a 340 in the 400 freestyle, go at it in all 3 of these events where so many swimmers are at such an elite level but swim the races differently and have slightly different specialties. Some are better at the 400, some are better at the 800, some are better at the mile. But you had so many variables, and I think they will all still be very tight and competitive races, but taking Hafnaoui out of that mix takes out a huge competitor and piece of that pie that was going to be oh so juicy and tasty for us swim fans. So I did not like hearing this news at all. I wanted the best for Hafnaoui, and I wanted him to find somewhere where he could train well and flourish and give us as swim fans the best show that he possibly could. But again, seeing his results from the past 6 months, I'm not totally surprised that he wasn't able to find that yet. I'm hopeful that he still can, and I'm hopeful that he can still get back to top form in the years to come, maybe even break a distance world record or 2, because it certainly seems like he has that potential. But for now, I'm just hoping that our distance races don't lose any more international competitors, because this was a big blow. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss out on all of our video content. Appreciate you coming and watching. We'll see you next time.